All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, Team Oxygen here, Balix, Crazy Fool, Involve, Phasma, Proficiency, and Strafe. Not sure who is the sub this game, but we don't care because we have Wraithban here coming out from Aftermath, pardon me. And you know what? That's pretty solid ban, in my opinion. Wraith is incredibly strong right now with utility, carry-like basic attack, long-range poke, crazy back-it-up utility. He is pretty much nonsense, in my opinion. So, you know what? That's a really good ban from Aftermath because, you know what? A team like Team Oxygen, like, they would absolutely be able to use what Wraith brings to the battlefield, and that's a very smart ban, in my opinion, here for Aftermath. Here is a ban from Muriel, coming out from Team Oxygen. I really, you know what? She is very meta. I almost see her in every game. She's my bae. I play her lots. She is very, very strong, those shields, going to mitigate that CC and the burst and follow-up that these teams absolutely can do. Severa coming out here for Aftermath. It'll be interesting to see what lane he is in. I have seen him in the jungle. I've seen him mostly in the solo lane, so we'll see what goes there. Team Oxygen with the Kwong and Grux. Oh, that combo, Huddy. This is bringing me back to PML 10. The CC train follow-up, absolute craziness. And that is what Kwong and Grux brings. The tether into the smash and grab and the crush. I mean, that is there. We have look at these 4 frontliners being picked off right out of the gates here. Severa, Rampage, Kwong, and Grux. The 4 people here that were nerfed, weren't they? Yeah. All of them,
but they're still strong. It's just how
they are still down. Very strong.
they tried to nerf them, and it was still like, no.
Yeah. So we have a Faye coming out here for Aftermath. That's going to be another playmaker as well as that long-range poke. Revenant and Zinx coming out for Team Oxygen. Okay, this is starting to really kind of just solidify here. What my gut feeling is about what the sort of meta is at the moment and what kind of heroes we're going to see. Revenant, obviously, still very, very strong. The root on his ultimate, the slow on his Scar, and just his tremendous damage. And seemingly, I mean, he put Deathcrawler on him, and just like my recent math video, it's a DPS increase. So, I mean, Revenant is just really good right now. Not surprised to see him at all. Zinx, she works as a support. I've seen her in the mid lane. I haven't really seen her in solo lane, so we'll see where Zinx is going to go. Likely support. FaZe and Murdoch here coming out for Aftermath. The Murdoch is very strong, and the FaZe, I'm not too sure. I haven't really seen FaZe too much, so we'll have to see how that pans out here for Aftermath, and Gideon for Team Oxygen. So, you know, Team Oxygen honestly looks pretty darn scary.
Yeah, it's ever since the phase nerf where they took away the health regen just for having the link on. You haven't seen her as much. Like, she just hasn't been able to do everything else that she used to be able to do. So it's an interesting pick. She's not useless. That's for sure. She's definitely not useless because she does have the ability to get you out of a stun. When you're stunned, she can still link and pull you out even though you're stunned to get you out of that CC train. But I just personally feel with the amount of damage and not having that extra health regen, she's just not in the same tier as some of the other heroes right now.
Well, remember, Huddy, though, the Kwong root, she can pull it out. The Grux smash and grab and crush, going to pull him out. Revenant slow, or the root doesn't care. Zinx stun, doesn't care. Gideon, I think that pick, much more strong than I think we imagined.
All right, I think we're ready to start PML 11. Are you ready?
I'm ready. 7 seconds.
I am 7 seconds in game, so 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PML 11. Take it away, my man.
On the blue team, we have Phasma on Zinx, Proficiency on Kwong, Strafe on Revenant, Involve on Gideon, and Crazy Fool on Grux. Evan Almighty here on Murdoch, Size Lime, Lime on Faye, Tawanam on FaZe, D Trigger Ski on Severog, and K-Slice on Rampage. So these lane matchups Gonna be a Faye versus the Gideon in the mid lane. Involve. I faced Involve on Gideon, and you know what? He is a very aggressive Gideon and a mid lane player. So gonna be interesting how he can deal with the harassment of the Faye, who is that lane bully. So maybe this was a very smart pick here for Lime here going into this mid lane. Severog versus Kwong. I've thought that Severog would be the better pick in this, just because that Siphon actually doesn't. The Siphon doesn't draw minion aggro, and he can use it to pierce through minions and deal that damage to him. So it's pretty much free harass. With that lower mana cost, it has been increased a little bit, but so we'll see how that lane matchup goes. And Strafe and Phasma, Revenant, and Zinx versus Murdoch and FaZe.
I'm interested to see Involve on a new team. We knew he's been with Reborn. They were dominating that competitive scene a long time. Him and Jay Leo, I often called them Batman and Robin. And now he has to duo with, I believe, Crazy Fool's in the jungle, correct? Yeah.
Correct.
Crazy Fool, another solid player. And Involve is known to, as you said, be very aggressive, be on top of you at all times. And with Gideon, he has the free escape to get in and out. So, but that poke, oh my God, look at him just beat up on Slime. Woo!
Yeah, and that's, I think, the experience here of Involve, knowing when to trade, how much damage you can take from those minions, when to attack. It surprised me that that line here isn't more ahead in that poke with the Great Harvest Nettles. Heaven Almighty taking a little bit of damage here from the duo, but it looks like we have ganks. Maybe here for the mid lane coming in with Crazy Fool, but definitely here from K-Slice. Will this be our first blood?
Oh, and he gets the tether on him. He does miss the subjugate instant and missing the rock. There was K-Slice, but Proficiency, he's trying to get away. He's going to get under the tower, not going to be able to come. Was able to get it. Jumping over to the other lane right now. Crazy Fool all over Heaven Almighty. Crash, boom, done. Looks like, oh, no, FaZe is dead also. Crazy Fool immediately tries to recall. Not 9 from the minions, and they're going to get a bunch of damage on this tower. So we have our first 2 kills.
Well done, Huddy. Crazy Fool came in with the green buff, so was able to take 4 tower hits and get the double kill. So 2-0 here for Oxygen.
Oxy still very strong. I know Balak was very excited to be into the tournament. Very excited to get the team, but to bounce right back after losing 3 core members. And I want to see them do well. And Involve just beating up on Faye. Leave her alone. K-Slice chasing him down. Involve a little bit of a bait here. Phasma's sitting there with a very, very strong Zinc support. But there's a little different than other supports, because where her strength really comes in is when you combo those stuns. After every minion, how much longer does the stun become? Do you know off the top of your head? I know it multiplies.
It's 0.2 seconds after every stun. So it was 0.25 and it started at 1, but then it was the initial stun was increased, and then the subsequent stuns were decreased a little bit. I do believe they wanted to make that first little bit of stun a little bit more relevant, but then have it reach that same 2 seconds total max stun time. So you know what? Again, I've been at the wrath of Phasma Zinc's support, and the Kitty Claws over time adds up. And ooh, we actually have a gank here. Trigger Ski.
Oh, was able to dodge that smash and grab a Crazy Fool. Legacy smash and grab would have grabbed him from 3/4 of the way into the tower. Thank God that's over with.
But it would have taken 2 seconds to have gotten off. So. Here in terms of the numbers here, farm is pretty much identical, 82 to 78. Anything interesting so far? Font of experience coming out here for Phasma. Does the other support have font of experience as well? No. Taiwan, you're on Lamplighter, Rejuvenator, and Armor Equipment. So you can see that sustain is a theme here for both sides of the both supports.
Ooh, Phasma has to be careful, taking a good amount of damage over here. Straight, then protecting his support. Coming in, he does have the Possess Breaking, saying, look, I'm just going to out DPS you in that first 5 or 6 seconds. You're not going to be able to kill me, and then I get to stay out a lot longer. You're one you have to recall.
We can see the little bit of health regen from the phase actually coming into play there. Strafe had a little bit of poke there on Evan Almighty, and it looks like this might be a kill. No. Unfortunately, the ricochet stun here didn't actually go onto Evan Almighty, and maybe allowing Strafe here to come in. Looks like three people, Oxygen, looking to gank the duo lane, but no. Looks like the Grux is going to head over to the mid lane. And Lime is so low involved, doing such a great job here with that tremendous amount of poke. I'm really surprised. I don't know. Maybe I would assume he's super accurate with that Cosmic Rift.
Rampage needs to come over and let Involve know she's there. He hasn't rotated over, jumping over on the crash, bam, boom! I'm sorry. Uppercut by Crazy Fool going in, just goes K-Slash in his ultimate. They're just waiting for it to go down straight. Just absorbing damage. Crazy Fool hit him with everything he has, jumping over. Smash Grab pulls him back out of the tower. Let him straight. He's just hitting him, and he's going to go down. He takes the tower as well. Take a good ball, rotating over, not missing a beat. 1, 2, 3 down for Team Oxy. Nice job. They just waited for that. They didn't go crazy using abilities and just waited for Rampage's ult to end and then finished them off.
Wow, Huddy. That was expert rotation with expert tower management, where nobody was taking damage from the tower. And all of them managed to stay outside of the tower and not get that